Good afternoon, you absolute lovelies. Welcome back to another sick Monky London episode. We are back with world famous cage laser baby. As you guys know, my S15 has been down here having a humongous amount of fabrication work. So I thought I'd pop by today, give you guys a little update and show you what the wonderfuls at Cage Laser have been up to. Or absolute numbness awaits us. Before I show you the 15, I'm going to quickly show you Mr. Mitto's car. Obviously his GT86 SR20 has been here for a couple of weeks. Look at this bad boys, we've got a rear jacking bar looking pretty. Oh yeah, look at these door bars, man, they are pretty goddamn serious. So he's got his main hoop in here now. All the box sections have been done as well. Absolutely beautiful job as always. Quickly show you guys the SR20. Oh! Mitto's actually having quite a lot of fabrication work done up front, that's why the engine's missing. But yeah, the guy said this should be done in about 2 weeks. And once it's done, we'll do a full update video so you guys can see all the wonderful fabrication delights. And I haven't actually done a drift with him yet, so yeah, I'm really looking forward to that. I've also just spotted outside that the boys have just done a full bolt-in roll cage on this pretty cool little Mini Cooper S. Nice and tight to the body as well. Only the best will do at Cage Laser. And these cages are 750.
Yeah, 750, man.
So 750 pounds gets you maximum rigidity and maximum safety. Quite cool, you can kind of see inside an Escort when it's got absolutely nothing in it and no doors. These are now going for absolutely massive money, so nice to see it having loads of bits done. This is pretty cool for you more old school fans. We've got a Vauxhall Magnum 1800. I think it's coming for a little bit of restoration work. I'll quickly pop into Rich's unit as well. This is Bishop's bespoke build and he makes some absolutely next level builds. This car here, for example, literally came in as a roof. That was all that was left of it. The whole rest of the car had rusted, and as you can see, Rich has painstakingly built it back into a, well, what is now a car. Another, what I think is a Mark 1 up there, or a Mark 2, I'm sure you Ford enthusiasts will tell me. Predominantly specialises in Fords, but yeah, as you can see, he's got a BMW M3 in here, and a really sick 180SX. I've actually seen this car down at a few shows before, and it is really nice. It's got some lovely disharoos on it. If you guys want to check out Rich online, that's his company there. Needless to say, if you've got a Ford, he's your man. The Mini there and my Civic have obviously got bolting cages, but yeah, my 15 has had an immense welding cage made. It's been fully TIG welded for maximum rigidity, and the guys have also managed to retain the interior, so it's pretty goddamn special, this. Needless to say, I really can't thank Cage Laser enough. What a mental cage. You guys are probably looking at it and thinking, yeah, it looks like a nice bit of fabrication, but the amount of work to get this cage in here, TIG welded, whilst also retaining the interior is a massive ask. The guys have really surpassed expectations. Nice little accents as well, if I quickly show you. Look at all these TIG welds, man. Definitely puts my Caterpillar welding to shame. They've also done nice little accents like this. They've made me a little bracket for my interior mirror, so I can still retain that. Pretty cool. We've also got a nice little bracket down here, so I can still retain my my boot and my fuel release. Main difference with this cage and the old one, obviously, this is a through dash, and the previous one was a skate dash, which actually went down here. They're not actually the safest, the Cusco cages. They do increase the rigidity of the chassis, but yeah, if you have a front end crash, I can't believe that these legs that sit here are going to be particularly safe. So yeah, now we've got a full through dash cage. We've got double door bars down here, all made to FIA spec, really chunky. You can see all the box section down there and where it all links into the main hoop. Very tight to the body, very close to the roof, and we've also got the roof lining, which is very rare. Cheeky little gussets down here as well. Bear in mind the cage hasn't been painted yet, so you're going to get a little bit of oxidization, but yeah, Dave's going to be painting the cage in about 2 to 3 weeks. Massive props to Dave as well. If you guys can give SMV a cheeky little follow, I'd really appreciate it. He's already painted my roll cage in the Chaser. I was going to call it a Chaser, in the Mark II, which was quite a big ask. this is a next level job. The amount of masking and material that's got to be removed to paint it is quite literally next level. So yeah, Dave, if you're watching, really love you, bro. We've got an X bar, again, lovely welds in the middle. We've got a harness bar which kind of connects the rear of the cage. There are my Takata harnesses. We've got space for my helmets, which has all been tried and tested. What's very unique about these cages is that they're actually made out of PTG 700. Obviously, Cage Laser build all the roll cages for Caterham. And this roll cage is made out of exactly the same material, so it's pretty lightweight and it's super strong as well. A lot of you guys are probably asking, why have we kept the interior? Well, this car originally was from Japan and it competed in the D1SL street legal class. So that was a drift series in Japan where the cars had to basically be street legal. They had to retain the air conditioning, the interior. Yes, you could argue we could probably lose an additional sort of 5 kilos if we removed all of this, but it's not a massive amount of weight. And worst case scenario, if I got to a point where I was competing and we needed to shave literally a few kilos off the car, we can look at taking the interior out, but for now I'd like to retain it and stick to its Japanese roots. In the next couple of weeks, Cage Laser are literally going to be cutting the back end of my car off. The problem we've currently got is every time something happens, there's only a limited amount of times you can keep repairing the metal work on the back of the car. It's had an interesting life in my ownership, but yeah, even in Japan this car was driven very hard and it's been through probably quite a few different mishaps. In essence, a clamshell is basically just a fiberglass replica of the whole rear of the car. So you cut the back end off, you cut the metal out, and you basically replace it all with fiberglass panels. The main thing is, if I do have an accident, we can literally unbolt the old panels, bolt some new ones on, and then crack on with the day's adventure. Don't worry, the car's not going to start looking all mad and crazy. It's not going to start looking like an FD car. It will still look like a street car from the front and the back. It's not until you really open the boot, have a look underneath, that you'll be able to see that it's got some mad fabrication going on. This is Mr. Ben. You saying, Geese?
What's up?
You're busy at the moment, but I'll quickly show the guys what you've been up to. Just like the back, we're also doing a full tubular front end. If I have any mishaps, which is highly likely, you see my driving, we can unbolt the front, bolt a new one on and get back out on track. The whole idea with this car now is to try and increase my track time. Could we also say, Ben, that it's arguably a little bit stronger at the front as well now?
Definitely stronger.
Which means I can kind of ram people and yeah, a little bit of bumper cars. If you guys look here, this is actually where the original chassis legs end. So they haven't really affected any of the chassis legs. They've obviously just capped this off so they can make a fixing for the tubular front. As I mentioned before, the whole front end has been made to sort of drift competition specs. Like Ben was kind of saying, you can't have the front too solid. A, because you might take out the car you're drifting with, and B, you actually might end up causing damage to your own car, because if the front's too solid, it hasn't got anywhere for the impact to go. So yeah, by making the front slightly flexible, it should make my life a lot easier. Ben's got Ray-Bans. Give me a swap, man. You take my Ray-Bans.
You sure?
Wow. To be fair, I think I actually need glasses because I can see better. The other bit as well, before I let Ben crack on, because he's a busy man, we've also got this lovely sort of bit of gusseting on the front bumper. And the idea with that is it kind of sits on top of the intercooler.
So yeah, this will sit on top of the intercooler. Obviously, air will rush through, hit the intercooler, and then it can still get through here to get to the radiator.
Yeah, that's cool. So it's kind of acting as a bit of sort of ducting as well.
A little bit, yeah, it should funnel it in a bit.
Yeah, nice. You guys look here, we've got a nice flat profile, and that obviously sits on top of the intercooler here. Normally when I drift, my bumper's kind of like being pushed up by the air because it's so weak. So now it'll be nice and solid.
Yeah, it'll be alright. Yeah, I'm going to fix it a couple of other places as well. So yeah.
Not only are Cage Laser amazing at fabrication, they're also sticking actual Ferrari parts on my car. While the front wings are off as well, it just gives you kind of an idea what bracing we're going to do. We're actually going to have a sort of like a triangular brace. So the bottom of the brace will start here, we'll go to here, and there'll be another piece here. It'll be like a big sort of triangular brace, and that'll really sort of stiffen the front end of the car up. As you guys can see, my fuse box is a little bit wobbly.
A little bit.
So Ben's making me a tasty little bracket, which is going to kind of affix to the cage here, and then fix to the bottom of the fuse box just down there. I'm quickly going to show you guys, I didn't even realise here, we've even got little bends in the door bars just so we can kind of clear the interior. I'm actually off to RR Engineering after this to see the RX-7 build and the wonderful delights at ECU Master. Mr. Ben has to do some drawing, so we're going to love him and leave him. Absolute legend. Thank you so much, sir.
Take care.
I'm going to be back down with Cage Laser and the rest of the boys in about 2 weeks when we're going to be cutting the back end of my car. Pretty scary stuff. If you guys could give Cage Laser a cheeky little follow just to say thank you for supporting Monky so much, Yeah, really appreciate it. And don't forget they've got a little website down here as well. Whatever you want, they can make it, so make sure you give them a shout. Now it is time to get back into my antiques dealer special. I hope you guys enjoyed this cheeky little video, and I look forward to speaking to you soon.